In the year 2020, about 2 billion tons less of CO2 were emitted compared to 2019. This has been the strongest decrease since the Second World War, but unfortunately not due to increased environmental protection measures, but due to the pandemic. And similar to the financial crisis 2008, first signs already show that the CO2 emissions are increasing dramatically again. What role does food waste play in this context? Well, we produce about 1.3 billion tons of food waste every year. 1.3 billion tons. This enormous amount of food waste contributes about 3.3 billion tons of CO2. Why is that? Well, we produce CO2 when we grow our vegetables, our fruits. We produce CO2 when we transport it to the kitchens. We produce CO2 when we cook it. And finally, we produce CO2 when we transport the food waste to the recycling sites. What's the role here from Microgreen Waste Solutions? Well, we do not just help our customers to very hygienically, odorlessly collect the food waste in the commercial kitchens, grind it and turn it into a liquid which we store in a tank. No, we also help to reduce costs. About 50% of the food disposal costs can be reduced. Why is that? Well, the liquid substrate has a very high quality, very low impurities. As we have a liquid, less truck traffic is necessary to transport the waste to the recycling site. And last but not least, scientifically proven, up to 20% more of biogas can be produced at the AD plant.
During the next few minutes, you will see how all well-known problems of food waste disposal in the commercial kitchen can be solved easily and in particularly hygienically. Let us briefly analyze the greatest challenges together. First, the food waste collection. Whether from preparation or directly from the plate, production waste and leftovers are disposed directly into food waste bins or other containers in prep or the dishwashing areas. Is that hygienic? Second, food waste logistics. After collection, the heavy food waste bins or containers are transported from the kitchen to storage rooms, mostly in the utility areas. This route causes not only a high risk of cross-contamination, but also valuable time for kitchen staff for handling, cleaning, and the necessary disinfection of the routes. Is that up to date? Third, food waste storage. In order to minimize bad smells and pest infestation, food waste bins are usually stored in cold rooms until they are picked up by disposal trucks. Such cold rooms do not only require adequate space, but also constant energy and must be thoroughly cleaned and disinfected regularly for best practice hygiene. Let me summarize the challenges with food waste bins. Perfect hygiene and the separation between clean and unclean is extremely difficult to maintain. Transport is heavy, time-consuming, and not ergonomic. Food waste bins take up valuable storage space. They cause unnecessary operating costs and do not reflect a sustainable way of dealing with organic waste material. But what does the perfect process look like? At Microgreen, we use our technical solutions to transport food waste simply and hygienically out of the kitchen and provide the highest quality organic material for sustainable recycling. In practice, this means that the containers of food waste bins are replaced by in-feed stations directly at the points where they accumulate, in prep or dishwashing areas. Organic food waste is therefore disposed of directly at the point of origin. The in-feed stations of our pump and vacuum systems are connected via pipes to a storage tank in which the food waste is stored in a macerated and liquid form. In regions of the world where anaerobic digestion plants are not a standard yet, we adapt our technical solutions to also offer a sustainable alternative to landfill. But at regular intervals, usually at the same time as the grease trap disposal, the liquid organic waste is also picked up by a vacuum truck. This drastically reduces truck journeys, and both materials can be disposed of in one trip in a clean, inexpensive, and sustainable way. Let me summarize the benefits of our Microgreen system. We ensure optimal kitchen hygiene, as there are no open bins or containers in the kitchen, and there is no logistics throughout the building. B, we ensure optimal ergonomics as no heavy bins or containers have to be moved by employees. C, we use clever tank solutions to reduce valuable building space to a minimum. And lastly, we reduce operating costs such as electricity, labor, and disposal costs so that an investment has an ROI on average of between 4 and 7 years. At Microgreen, we see ourselves as the solution provider for the entire process, from food waste prevention to sensible technology to a clever and sustainable recycling of organic waste. If you would also like to benefit from our know-how, we look forward to a personal conversation.